So you clicked on this video to see how I plan, edit, and what equipment I use to film my videos. So let's get on into this video. I promise you guys will get an inside look on how I create my content. I feel like how I plan my videos is a little bit easier, so I'll go through those things pretty quickly. So let's get into it. I feel like the equipment I use to film my videos is pretty simple, and you could actually just use your phone if you're just starting out on YouTube, but I'll go through it real quick. I use an Amazon tripod, which I've been using for almost 2 years now, as well as a Manfrotto tripod. For my cameras, I use a Sony a5000 for vlogging, which is a discontinued camera, but I know they still sell the a5100. And then I also use the Canon M50 with the 15 to 45 millimeter lens as well. And my final thing that I use on my Canon is the Rode Video Micro microphone. Now let's get on into how I plan my videos. Once a month or so, I will sit down and brainstorm 10 to 15 ideas for videos that I can use for the next about 5 weeks. When I'm developing these ideas, I try to analyze the current trends of the time, and I try to look at ideas that suit my personal channel style, which is more lifestyle, fitness, and business content. Anything in one of those realms will work pretty well. I also try to pick ones that I think my audience would genuinely enjoy, so I try not to just do stuff necessarily that I think I would like, but I try to do stuff for my audience as well. And then I try to say don't do more than 1 or 2 vlogs every 6 to 8 videos, because vlogs, they don't hurt your channel, but they don't grow your channel. Other content is more searchable than a random vlog, so I highly recommend sticking with more sit down kind of produced content than vlogs. But if you love vlogs, just go for it. And then once again, looking for those videos that will grow your channel and reach a wider audience so that you can grow. I try to look at video concepts that will hold my audience retention a lot higher. That's another thing to look at. Now to the editing portion of this YouTube video. I personally use a MacBook Pro with 16 gigabytes of RAM, the 2019 version with touch bar, but it's technically the base model, to edit all of my YouTube videos, and I use Final Cut Pro to edit as well. And on average, I would say it takes around 2.5 to 10 hours to edit a YouTube video, depending on what YouTube video it is. I personally am just very fast at editing. Now, where I edit depends on how I'm feeling. A lot of times I will edit at my desk, in my bed, or I'll edit in this room. So now I'm going to get into how I edit my videos on Final Cut Pro. The first thing I do to my YouTube videos is do a rough cut, and what a rough cut is basically cutting out all the ums, uhs, pauses, breaths, and all that stuff. And what you're gonna do is just click the B key, and then you get this little like cutting tool. And what you're gonna do is chop out all these sections that you don't want in your video, all the pauses and all that stuff. So these little bits right here, and it really improves the quality of your video, and it shows that you took time to actually do stuff. And then you're gonna click A again to delete out all of these little clips of breath. And that is just a quick little example of what a rough cut is. With a rough cut, you also try to take out all the unnecessary rambling to make the video flow better and have good pacing, because pacing is actually very important in your YouTube videos to keep people engaged on the video. The next thing I do in general is try to add all of the titles and other extras that you want. So the next thing you're gonna want to do if you want a title added to your video is not use the command key, but use the control key and go control T, and it adds a basic title. And my favorite fonts for titles are just like Helvetica New in one of the italic ones, because I prefer italic fonts. I like to use Futura as well. And then you can mess around with the size and the tracking to make it more fun. And then also with Futura, I like to go with the Faux 3D. That is the fonts that I use and the little details I add to them. A lot of the time when I'm adding a title, I will add some sort of effect, whether that be the underwater effect or the bad TV effect, or both. I like to add the bad TV effect if it is just a basic one, or if it has underwater, I just add this to the beginning and end. It kind of just looks like that, and it like glitches into the screen, and it just makes it look a lot more professional and fun. This now just looks a lot better than it did before with that little kind of like glitch into the screen versus previously when there was no glitch. A lot of you guys might be wondering how all those people get the wavy font and text. I've seen that become really popular over the past 2 years on YouTube, and what a lot of people just do is use the underwater filter on Final Cut, and then they change the settings on it. Basically, what you do is you up the size and you lower the speed to like 3 and 5, up the refraction, and see, this is just what it ends up looking like, and it looks really cool, and I enjoy putting it on my videos. This is not exactly how I would do it. A lot of the time I will add a little click noise or something like that, and where I get those is just at the top of Final Cut Pro. You use the sound effects, and I like to use the mouse sound effect, the computer mouse sound effect, which sounds like this. And then I also like to use the bottle cork sound effect. What the bottle cork sound effect sounds like. It's just those basic ones that helps add an extra layer of depth to your videos, and it just looks a lot better. Sometimes I will add a transition into my YouTube videos, and normally that will just be a bad TV effect, and you just clip the ends of the next 2 clips and you add bad TV to those. So like right here and right here, and then like the transition of the clip just looks a lot more smooth. I will sometimes add a generator. If I add one of these generators, a lot of the time I will just use the click sound effect, so just once again the mouse click. It just adds some separation to the video and gives it another layer of depth. Or when I'm using the bad TV effect, sometimes I will use the cassette player, which I downloaded from Epidemic Sound, which I have a subscription to. That's also a cool one, but I don't use it that often. A lot of the time I'll just use this cassette case close as a transition sound as well. If I ever want to add like a recipe or a receipt for something that I was purchasing, a lot of the times I will just add another generator. You go to the settings for it, and then you just crop it left and right here, like small, like you could put it over here. You just add a title to that as well, and then you can add like recipe or whatever you want. So I think the most popular thing with YouTube right now is doing those fun Ken Burns transitions or the crops. The easiest way I found to do this on Final Cut is just doing a Command B, and you click on the clip you want to alter, and you click crop and then Ken Burns, and then you zoom how you want it, and it's just like the thing. And if you just want to do the little crop, you just do the same thing, except you choose to crop the clip instead of Ken Burns, and you crop it to where you like. If I do add an effect to the beginning of a video, like a montage or something, which I do in a lot of the beginnings of my videos, I will just add the bad TV effect because it gives it just this kind of like vintage feel. I really like it. I feel like a lot of people do this as well. For the bad TV effect on these clips, a lot of the time I'll lower the amount to around 10. So it's just like a little bit of grain, and then you get the little red and blue around the borders of the clip. And then all of the music that I use is from Epidemic Sound. I highly recommend checking out Epidemic Sound. It's like $15 a month for creators, and you can get all the music for your YouTube channel that you want, and you can use it basically on any platform that you choose. So highly recommend going to check out Epidemic Sound. At the beginning of the video, I do the same thing as is shown right here. I just change it to say my username, and if you don't know what my username is, it is @EmersonRaymondX on Instagram, so I highly recommend you go check me out there. And then I move the position of the text down to the corner. Now, most of my editing is actually pretty simple compared to a lot of people's. I just really enjoy it. I like simple videos personally. It's a lot easier to edit for one, and I just think it feels a lot more organic and a lot more close to the person that you're watching, so that is why I go with a more simple editing style. But I can appreciate a video that is edited super professionally and looks really good. So anyways, those are my tips on editing. Thank you guys so much for watching this YouTube video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you give it a like and comment down below your goals for YouTube in 2021, because I assume all of you guys are trying to conquer YouTube and its algorithm and just find good ways to make content. Also, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that bell icon so you get notified every single time I post. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next Friday at 7 a.m. Bye guys, love you.